We're holding a Siman Shin Chavav. Sivav. Zion did last week, but we'll do Vav now. Okay, also Lichtenstein I got bitten, and I'll put on your stomach. Kli, sheyesh by chamin, a keli that has in it hot water. Afilu b'chayil, even during the week of sakana, because if you burn yourself. Sometimes it's very hot to water, and therefore even during the week it's also to put it on because of a sakana. Aval, says the Ramah, mutar l'hachem beged v'linay abitlay. They ought to make a beged hat, a cloth hat, and put it on your stomach, even on Shabbos. Says the Magen Avraham, afilu b'chayil. But the Shabbos also, why is it also on Shabbos? Shem yishavchu olav v'nimtza reichetz b'Shabbos. It may end up spilling and pouring it over your stomach. And it comes out, you're washing on Shabbos a mayim shehochamu b'Shabbos. Says the Magen Avraham, v'tzarech leimar the mayim b'chamet shehochamu ma'at b'Shabbos. V'hachi afilu en reichetz chal gufay aser k'moshekosafti sifei. So says the Baruch if it's Mayim Shochimu Erev Shabbos, it's not an issue. But it's not Chal Gufa, it's Eber Echad. So must be talking about Mayim Shochimu Erev Shabbos, and therefore you have to be careful. B'Shabbos, therefore you have to be careful not to be reichet even part of your body. Taisus Perish Atam, Mishum Shchika Samona. Taisus says the reason is because of Shchika Samona, which is the Isser of a fool b'Shabbos. So putting a hot water bottle on your stomach on Shabbos is a refuah, and for refuah it is aser. And the Magen Avraham brings down that reason. Mashma, he goes with it.
And then it would make no difference if it's Mayim Shochmu b'Shabbos.
Right, right. If Mayim Shochmu b'Shabbos will be aser.
The reason would be at the enough.
Right. Shmuel speaks out over here. Okay, if you look at Mishmur Sivchan Yotes. Afilu b'chal v'koshkan nasa b'Shabbos shamish b'chalav v'nimitz b'reiches b'Shabbos v'lefizeh im achamen b'kli sagur. If the hot water is in a closed kli, another difference between the two reasons. Shekorin varim flesh, which is a hot water bottle, sorry. According to the reason of Rashi and the Ran, that was scared it's going to spill and to be reiches b'Shabbos, that's only if it's an open bottle. If the bottle is closed, there's no chashash any water is going to come out, so it's mutter on Shabbos. However, the Perish HaTaisves, that tam mishum the mincha shul the refuah, it looks like a refuah, v'gzeira mishum shchika samonim, gam b'zeh aser, even that is aser. Then the next Mishmur says, Simchan Chaf, mutter hachem beged, that will warm up a beged, who adin lahachem kli b'Shabbos, the mutter after the Perish HaTaisves anal, doesn't look like so much that it's for a refuah. So from here comes the whole shadow with the hot water things on Shabbos, with the hot water, the water bottles, the hot water. They have the blankets that you heat up on Shabbos. So the heated blankets, heating pad. So those things are all it's for refuah. According to the reason of the Taisvis, it should be aser. The master thing most places go matter it, because they say heating pads and even the hot water bottles are not always the refuah. A lot of times people use it to keep themselves warm. To keep yourself warm on Shabbos is mutter. That is no issue with. If you're doing it the refuah, then it's aser. And if it's not minker, you can't tell that it's the refuah, it's mutter. Even if it is refuah.
That he's going to burn himself.
There's no chance you can burn yourself because they're closed.
Yeah.
They're closed. So therefore, most of the places are matter the Maisa have water bottles and heating pads on Shabbos, because it's not minka that's the refuah. You can't tell that the person is doing the refuah.
It would be enough community if it's the winter and the summer.
In the summer you don't do it.
Right.
So the person today would allow a hot water bottle?
Yeah, most places say allow hot water.
If you don't feel well?
Yeah, if you need it for a muscle or something, most places are matter because that minka that's the refuah.
Why?
Because people do it to keep themselves warm.
Really? A hot water bottle? Like
That's what they say. Heating pads for sure, people do to keep
It used to
themselves
be more
warm.
in the olden days. They
Yeah.
would bring a hot water bottle into bed, and it would keep you
warm.
By your feet.
They used to
By
do
your
it.
feet.
It's an old-fashioned kind of
Yeah, that's what
thing.
I'm speaking
Now,
about. It's speaking about the feet. If today the seas change and no one uses a hot water bottle only for a full, maybe maybe it's the halacha changes.
But a hot water bottle is only good if the water is hot inside.
Right.
So isn't there a chashash that you might want to warm it up again? You know, like
No, there's no shot. We don't make up shashes. You take it from the kettle. Take it from the kettle and you put it into the thing on Shabbos.
Oh, on Shabbos, okay.
Yeah. You could do that on Shabbos. But the question is if it's a refuah. If it's not a refuah, then it's awesome. But if people do it to keep themselves warm, so it's not minkel or
bed wall.
then it's mutter. I think Moshe says that the heating blankets they have like a knob to make it hotter and colder, then you have to cover it. It's of Shia. It's a man that turns the knob. I think Moshe says you have to cover the knob.
How can you Shabbos blanket? Electrical blanket?
You can use it. It's plugged into the wall. You can plug it before Shabbos.
No, it goes on and on by itself. It goes on and on by itself.
You have to know, if the Mashiach Shein said that no one uses a hot water bottle to keep themselves warm, only the refuah, then they have to ask a Pesach. Okay. Siv Zayin, we did already. Siv Ches. Adam mutter litval mutamasa b'Shabbos. A person is allowed to tovel from his tumah on Shabbos. A person became tamei, he's allowed to tovel on Shabbos. And the issue over here would have been, we'll see more in the Morgan of Harav, the issue here would have been of Masakin Mona. A person is tamei, something wrong with him, and he tovels, he comes back up, he's already fixed, he's tahar. So it'll be an issue of Masakin Mona. You find that issue by tefillah kelim on Shabbos, a kelim that's tamei. And you want to tovel it on Shabbos. You're not allowed to tovel it because Masakin Mana, you're fixing a kli. You're fixing it. Masakin Mana, you're fixing a kli. Something that's tamei, you're making a tar, you're fixing it. So same thing with a person. But the Mechaber says, still, Adam mutter litzvah mutamasa b'Shabbos. A person is allowed to tovel from his tumah on Shabbos. And the reason is because when a person tovels, it doesn't look like he's fixing himself, because a person tovels even to cool himself down. A person's hot, he wants to cool himself off, he'll go into water to cool himself off. That's only cold water. If a person goes into a hot mikvah on Shabbos, here it's already more of an issue. A hot mikvah on Shabbos is two issues. First of all, it's called guva b'chamin. It's one issue. And second issue is a person's toveling on Shabbos. There's no nira kemeka. Nira kemeka means it looks like it's cooling himself down. So it doesn't look like it's fixing himself. So there's two separate issues about tefillah on Shabbos. One is you're fixing yourself, but if it's cold water, you're going in, it's nira kemeka, you're cooling yourself down, then it's mutter. Another issue is it's not rechitza. So it's hot water, you have a problem with rechitza b'chamin. So if it's hot water, you have a problem with chitza v'chaman. Also, the nira kemeka falls off. You're going to cool yourself off. That falls off because it's hot water. You don't go into hot water to cool yourself off.
So, isn't there another issue? Doesn't the base also bring down that it's also for cleaning, like it's nira
If it's hot water, doing hot water, okay. And if someone goes into hot water to clean themselves, and if it doesn't okay, so we'll see in a second. We'll see rechitza we don't do b'Shabbos. So let's see.
You would have the second one for a man, is what they said?
Oh, so we'll see about all that now. That's the Morgan of Rav.
There's no question that it's usher to tovel kelim on Shabbos.
Correct.
Because of matakin kli.
Correct.
Right? So why don't we use Spiros like we just said now, that, you know, you could say that it looks like you're washing it.
A clean kli you're putting into water?
Well, I don't know.
And secondly, who washes kelim in a mikvah? He washed it after he came out of the mikvah.
Who goes to...
No, nira kemeka, you're going to pull the water. Today, our mikvahs, is it more of a problem. Because no one goes to make it. It's meant specifically for tefillah. We're talking about going into a pool or going into a river or something. There is a nira kameka. In today's mitzvah,
but if you want to, you keep going back and forth. Actually, it's not logical. If you want to say that, okay, I'll say that. But with kelim also, if I saw somebody on Shabbos sitting with a bunch of kelim by a river, I would say maybe he's cleaning them off. Like what? If you do that with a person, why can't you do it with a kli?
So kli has other problems. We also spoke of. We have shema yavirenu, which you don't have by a person.
But there's an issue of nira kameka. It is of sakramona. We don't find.
Shema yavirenu, you might bring the kli.
I see.
We don't find by kelim, even this heter of rechitza says sometimes someone comes and is dirty and he goes into a river and cleans himself. We don't find that by kelim. So it was in the derech. It's not derech. Taking dirty kelim and going to the river and clean them.
Didn't they used to go to the river to wash it? Wasn't that normal?
I don't know. For some reason we don't find it. We don't find it by kelim. It could be. I'm not sure. I have to check into it again. It could be the reason of the person comes and is dirty and he goes to wash himself wouldn't be enough to be matter even by a person. You have to have also the reason of nira kameka. Maybe just the rechitza itself wouldn't be enough. I'm not sure. So let's see the Magen Avraham. Mutter Litfa. Kasem Aril Semikofnon Yafen Nehagas Hanoshim Shein Tayvla Shalei Bizmana B'Shabbos. Ladies would not Tayvla Shalei Bizmana if the Leil Tefillah falls out on Friday night, so they will Tayvla. But let's say it didn't fall on Friday night, it fell on Wednesday night, Thursday night. They didn't go to the mikvah. So the minhag was they didn't Tayvla on Shabbos.
Why would it make a difference?
No, because it's
the Yom knows if why? Because
it's a mitzvah to do bizmana. Tefillah bizmana mitzvah. That much they wouldn't. They wouldn't be oiker. Shalei bizmana is not a mitzvah. The whole shayla. If a lady the mikvah she comes a Shivin Akim finish on Thursday night, she's bechal out table on Friday night. The whole shayla. We want to speak about it. Yom Kippur is the shayla.
Right.
So tefillah bizmana mitzvah. There's a tzad that they can take even Yom Kippur maybe. But Shalei Bizmana, not allowed to table. Shalei Bizmana means, the question what it means today, I'm not going to get into that whole sugya. The question what it means Shalei Bizmana. Today, we're all Shalei Bizmana, basically. Because we're machmir, we have a chumrah and a chumrah. So, but the whole tefillah today of Shivin
whatever the Zman,
so we say, our Zman today of the Shivin Akim, at the end of the Shivin Akim, it's called Bizmana today. Right. So that's called the today's Bizmana. But if the Shivin Akim finished earlier and she wanted to table on Friday night, that's as simple she's allowed to table Friday night. It's not as simple she's allowed to table. It's only if the Leil Tefillah falls out on Friday night, then the table Friday night. But if the Leil Tefillah falls out on Thursday night, for some reason she didn't go to the mikveh, whatever it was, and she wanted to come table Friday night, that's as simple she's allowed to.
So all the problems that we would anticipate for mikvah do not apply if it's bizmana.
By a woman.
By a woman.
Correct. Bizmana we're not machmir.
So mitakin kli, mitakin mana, all of these things
it is an issue, but we have a heter
because it's a mitzvah.
No, we have a heter because it's a nira kameka. We'll see. Let's see what it says in Magen Avraham.
Then what do you need the mitzvah? No, then that should apply.
So let's see. So that's what it says. Let's know Magen Avraham. Let's know Magen Avraham.
Okay.
Some high time of minute pashat shlalurchayt the tzainin. Today, why today are Nashim not tayva shlei bizmana b'Shabbos? We just said in the Michel. The Michel says, Adam mutar litva mutamasa b'Shabbos. A person is allowed to tayva from his tumah on Shabbos. So why today are Nashim makbid not to tayva shlei bizmana on Shabbos? So I'll tell you what the Magen Avraham says. Don't see it inside. It says the Magen Avraham. But we just saw in Siv Zayin that we're makbid not to be roichitz b'nor b'Shabbos. And when the Mechaber says, Adam mutar litva mutamasa b'Shabbos, a person is allowed to be tayva mutamasa b'Shabbos. Why? Because the heter of nira kameka. Because people will go anyway into the water on Shabbos and wash themselves in cold water. That's only good as long as people wash themselves in cold water on Shabbos. Today, says the Magen Avraham, that the minhag is that we're not reichitz. We don't clean ourselves even in cold water on Shabbos. because the chash of schita sayar. So now you lose the neri kamekar. We just lost the neri kamekar. The whole had to be table mutamasa and Shabbos is because neri kamekar is going to wash himself off a regular rechitza. If we're going to ask a regular rechitza on Shabbos, so anytime you see someone going to the mikvah on Shabbos, what's the reason why they're going into the Nahar on Shabbos? It must be because of tumah. So now it's neri k'masakin kavra. That's what the Magen Avraham is saying here. The Mechaber is talking about without the minute of doing rechitza on Shabbos, of asering rechitza on Shabbos. Today that we aser rechitza on Shabbos, so now the domino effect is that we have to aser tefillah on Shabbos also. Because the whole tefillah is mutter because of neri kamekar. There's no neri kamekar anymore, so now the whole tefillah becomes aser.
And so how does Bismano help now?
Oh, so Bismano they weren't machmal that much.
Okay.
They still rely on the neri kamekar.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. But that's what it is.
So unless you want to say Bismanoi, it's a mitzvah and it's oiker everything
That's
else.
how I like everything. If it will be also to be toivel on Shabbos,
Right, that's
Yeah.
it.
It's only.
it wouldn't say Bismano is mutter, it's also. It's mutter to be toivel on Shabbos. That's the halacha.
You can't say maker in
No,
one
but
place and you can't say maker
No,
in
it
the
says
other
over
place.
here, the Nashim are noyag shlo l'tfil for Shabbos. There's a minute not to be toivel on Shabbos. Shlo Bismano.
For women, not for men.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, but and what's
There's only a minute.
it's not clear to me what the reason is why they're not allowed to.
So the reason is because they're allowed to. The halacha is you're allowed to be toivel on Shabbos.
Right.
The reason why they had a chumrah not to is because the whole reason why you're allowed to toivel on Shabbos, so neri kamekar, it looks like you're washing yourself off.
Right.
So it doesn't look like you're fixing yourself. But today that we asked it to wash yourself off on Shabbos, because we say that Sivzayin, that roichitz is aser, so that is no neri kamekar anymore.
Right.
But that's not a reason why we're going to come out today to say it's also to toivel on Shabbos.
Washing something off is not fixing.
We're not going to come and say therefore it's also to toivel on Shabbos. There's only a minute noshim. It wasn't an issue. Even though there's no neri kamekar today, because we asked roichitz on Shabbos, it's not enough to say there's no neri kamekar today. Minadin. There was a minute, fine. But minadin, you can't say that it's also to table today because there is no neri kamekar.
Although we spoke that last week, we said the way the lashon of the Mishnah Brewer is the nohagu, right?
No, right.
Right. In other words,
It's only a minute, right?
It's a minute. No.
So therefore, it's only a minute not to wash on Shabbos. That's not enough to say there's no neri kamekar. And therefore, minadin, it should be also to table. I mean, at din we're going to say it's mutter to table. There was a minute noshim not to table, and the Magen Avraham was saying it's a nice minute. Because since the neri kamekar today is already not so strong anymore because you don't wash on Shabbos, therefore it's a nice minute. That's only shalei bismano. Bismano we're not going to be open. So let's see. Customary rule. Semicha from Yafa Negas and Nashim Shein Tevis for the bismano of Shabbos. The high time a minute pasha shalei l'chayis b'tzaynim. The time of the shaykh l'migdam mishum schita. Some say it's also to be reiches on Shabbos. Why? Because of chash schita. For that reason itself, we should aser to be toivel on Shabbos. We also have a chash schita. Umashom shita skufa v'chsamim. Ends up swimming. If you go into deep waters, you end up swimming.
What is the word for samim?
Samim, there's things that are in the water. You push around. Some little pieces. You push them around, also flowing in the water.
By the grapes we had that.
Right, yeah.
Something with the...
So that would be moving something down
Yeah. No, it's flowing in the water. You're making something flow in the water.
So what's shita
That's a
gufa?
problem?
It's also a problem. Shit is gufa v'ksamim. You're making yourself swim. And ksamim, even going to put a raft in the water is a problem on Shabbos.
Right.
Because it makes it go in the water.
It's like making it move down.
No, not that alarm. No, not that alarm. For swimming.
But
And you
shita, does that apply in a place that you can't have a raft? Sounds funny, I know.
Yeah,
No,
it
because,
does.
right. Like,
A swimming pool,
when are you going to be worried about building a raft in a river?
Yeah. A swimming pool, you have an issue. Maybe not a mikveh that's a 2x2.
You're going to build a raft?
Yeah. Maybe the mikveh is no problem. Shit is gufa.
Like even like a toy or something like that to make it go float in the water? It's not
Could be an issue. Yeah. We'll see when we get to it.
Okay.
Geen kans om te deshen semination. Hey, Africa after full Mordechai the machmir, the tzoinin, even though the Mordechai that's machmir, not to be toivel, the tzoinin dafka b'kli, avol benor b'mikvah shari, he's matter. The Mordechai says you can't wash yourself with tzoinin in a kli because we're scared that maybe people think it's hot water. But in a nahar, in a river, no one's going to think it's hot water. Still, mechamokar minig lesar ta'aser. Ta'aser to wash b'tzoinin. This is all going on the Isser, like we said, it's Zion, to wash b'tzoinin in cold water. Therefore, he says, ulechein, afilu litzvoil aser. Even to toivel is aser. The megzik im mesaken ke the Isser b'gemara. Now already we have a megzik im mesaken. Because you don't have anymore the heter of nirik and meikar, because we don't let you wash on Shabbos in cold water. Therefore, the megzik im mesaken is still there. Also, Michel Shabbos, Mishum Shchita Seya. He says, because the Shchita Seya, you have to worry about Akan Lashoinoi, Umukamokaim, fine. That's what the Beisesim says. So we have two issues here on being Taiva B'Shabbos. One is Shchita Seya, the same reason we have by Rechitza. And the second reason is, now that we ask for Rechitza, you have a problem of Nira Kim Misakin. Now, Umukamokaim Nira, the Mutta Litva the Kiryov Kivit the Midrabanan Hook Machkata Sim Shitchav Gimel Sim Zayin. Says the Magen Avram, that's all by ladies. Ladies who need the din da'iraisa. Men.
So hold on, before you get to the men. So how does he come out? He doesn't speak out. Bismanai.
No, Bismanai
he doesn't say. So what do we assume? It's the same halacha or?
No, it's the whole meaning was Shlev Bismanai.
Right.
Yeah. So what are we beginning?
Bismanai for a woman, mutter.
Bismanai for a woman is mutter.
Is always saying.
Yeah, we never find Isser. There was no minhag last time. We're not going to ask for Shlev Bismanai for a woman. Shlev Bismanai, there was a minhag last time.
Oh, from a Balkari. Oh.
So he says that's all by a lady. That the tefillah by a lady, the tefillah's nida, is a din da'iraisa. Hashenkin by a man, Litva b'Shabbos, by a man, which is Kirya, was only a dirabanan, which really is not even a dirabanan. It's only it's not even a takana. It's a question what it is. Chanas Ezra, yeah. It's not even a dirabanan. So therefore, it's easier for men to tevel on Shabbos. Why? What is it to tevel on Shabbos besides chita seir? Is nirik misakin? There's no misakin if somebody is tumas keri, because tumas keri is mutter. You like davening, you like to learn. Is that the Chanas Ezra not to? So it's not as much as a tikkun as by a isha, and therefore a matrit. By Mashal Ksavik Sim Topah Shadal Tifid Aleph of August Simin Tafayin Vav Mashma to Nahar Aser to go on the river is Aser. Gamri says to Hashem Kolba Kosav last summer from Shchita Seir, because the Shchita Seir you always have to worry about Shchita Seir. Ayin Sham V'Ayim Yadea Samish Tamachesiv Dal. And nearly the Mumma Shar Litfal a Mumma Zala Toivel Kim the enemy Deraisa once he did Mila Tana Deraisa. What does he mean by a mummer? A mummer is someone who's becoming a yid.
That's a ger.
Yeah, that's what it means.
What to do?
Yeah, a mummer is a person who's
okay, it's talking about okay.
A ger, it's talking about a ger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's talking about a ger. No, here means a ger. Here it means a ger. Yeah.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah, that means a mummer. A mummer is a Jew already.
So you could do the ger.
So he says you could do it on Shabbos because the whole tefillah is on the midrabanan, it's on akiv, so therefore you could do it. So it comes out of here is once you did mila, it's a beauty shita. You need to hold once you did mila, the tefillah is now ma'akiv to become a yid.
It's not what we've taught today.
That's so simple.
I didn't say simple, but
no, we do tefillah. We definitely do tefillah. The question is if it's considered a Jew before the tefillah.
You see that he makes the bracha only after.
It's all right. Makes bracha afterwards. All right.
Right. So
makes bracha afterwards. Because that shita that he's not a Jew till after the tefillah. Yeah.
But Rabbi, why isn't rechitza itself considered to be a tikkun for a person? Be matakin.
How you matakin?
If you're dirty.
No. Taking off dirt is not tikkun.
But you can't daven if you're dirty? Certain types of dirtiness you can't daven.
Okay.
Torah.
So still not called tikkun.
It should be though, no?
It's not a clear dirty and you're washing it off, it's called Masakha Mana, it's not called Masakha Mana, you're fine. You have some dirt on you. Tikkun Mana has to be intrinsic in the Kli itself. An outside thing on the Kli is not called Tikkun Mana.
You can't use it the way it is.
Right, it's not called Tikkun Mana, but the Mana is fine.
Right.
There's something outside of it that's not, you have to push away. That's why you have to look at it. Tikkun Mana is if you're changing the Kli itself. Otherwise everything is Tikkun Mana there. But if there's dirt on the Kli, something in the way of the Kli, then that's not called Tikkun Mana. So a person that's dirty, he himself is fine. Why carry, the whole person is a problem.
Yeah.
So you're you're changing the whole person.
No, they should say about washing or by just isn't there
yeah, say it's a problem. Yeah. So the last of the says is very against Toveling and Shabbos and Chalakos. So the Mishnah Baruch comes out. If you have a chance, a long beer halacha. I'm not going to throw a long beer halacha now. But it comes out the Ma'aser for Noshim. Shalei Bismanam. It could be you have to be machrim. Bismanam they Tovel. Anoshim men. So Mishnah Baruch says that for Tfilas carry they can Tovel on Shabbos, and especially if they became tummy on Shabbos. If they became tummy before Shabbos, maybe they should have Tovel before Shabbos. If they became tummy on Shabbos, then for sure they could Tovel on Shabbos. And then he says, if you look at the Biur Halacha, it's on page Kuf Samach Beis in Mishnah Baruch here. It's like 7-8 lines down. 3 words from the end of the line. Hayetzim B'Divrenu. It's like 3/4 of the way through the long Biur Halacha. Hayetzim B'Divrenu.
yeah. So that's
It's a dot there.
Can you tefillah scare?
Hayetzim B'Divrenu. Inyan Tfilas carry.
I'm not gonna say so.
So you have the long Biur Halacha?
Yeah.
You have it? So Hayetzim B'Divrenu. Yeah, Yechiel Rabbi. Yeah. Some of them it's on it's middle of the line, like 10 lines down. Kuf Samach Beis Amud Aleph.
What's the Divrei Maschel?
Divrei Maschel is Adam Mutter. 3/4 of the way through.
Hayetzim B'Divrenu.
Hayetzim B'Divrenu says.
Then you tefillah scare.
Then tefillah scare.
Towards the end?
It's not towards the end, but it's like 3/4 of the way through.
Okay.
It's a dot.
After the word Chelek, Yesh word Chalek.
Hayetzim B'Divrenu. Inyan Tfilas Keri. Among Avram says that that's why the Sham Kaisiv Sha'aminig L'Hachmir B'Zeh U'Poi U'Meiko. V'das Hagra K'mar Shekosov Among Avram Le'el V'Sim Kuf Chav Ches Sha'ar Achreinim Ruba K'Kula Makilim B'Zeh. Most people are Meiko to be Tovel on Shabbos Mikiriyov. Halahema the Shabbos V'Yirab V'Tesh Shabbos V'Shulchan HaTshitim V'Shar Achreinim V'Hayin Afilu HaYachal Litva Me'erev Shabbos V'Yom Tov. Even if he could have Toveled Erev Shabbos V'Yom Tov. Al-Kain B'Vadai Ein Lanu Limchois B'Yad HaNoyeg L'Hakol. We can't be moicha the people that are mekel to Tovel on Shabbos. But Kolshkin Im Nitma B'Shabbos V'Yom Tov Gufa. If someone became Tamei on Shabbos and Gufa, V'Yesin Neruli Afilu HaGra the Hevi Rai B'Divrei Among Avram D'El. Semicha Kuf Ches Hevi Rai L'Rai the Ein Chilik Bein Tfilas Keri L'Shar Tfilah V'El Etzem Adin Im Nitma B'Shabbos V'Yom Tov Gufayhu Efsher D'Gam Hu Moide the Ein Lachmer B'Zeh Klal. If someone became Tamei on Shabbos, Ein Lachmer B'Zeh Klal. Ch'moid the Mashmer B'Yer HaGra B'Yer Deya Semicha Kuf Tzadik Zayin Ayin Sham V'chein Nispashit HaMinig Lahatir Ach B'chol Zeh Yizor Me'oich L'Yav L'Dei Schita. You have to be very careful not to come L'Dei Schita. Now it says V'da Oid T'im Hu Tohar Gomer. For the Chassidim there's a big inyan to Tovel Shabbos morning. It's called Tosefes Kedusha. You add more Kedusha for Friday night to Shabbos morning, and when you have more Kedusha you have to Tovel. So he speaks about it here and he says V'da Oid Im Hu Tohar Gomer For rights for Litva, Shabbos, B'Shachas, V'Shom, Tosefes kedusha. He wants to add on more kedusha. Ein bezeh mishum chashash masaken. He says that din. Then for sure is no masaken. Because the whole problem is carry is masaken. Tosefes kedusha is no masaken. V'rayim asher amru sham Gemara. At bilim and gav gav. Ayatam b'rashim. Chagos ever Shabbos. Achafim asher kosim ma'aril. The yofa noigas anoshim. Shein tevos le'vizman mishum chashash schita. Nira the gam tefillah kazu yesh l'mnoya v'dailonu b'masha on the makida mitzvah b'Shabbos heichud u'tzarach tefillah. So the Mishnah Baruch comes out that if someone needs tefillah on Shabbos because of carry, he go ahead and tell him. Tosefes kedusha is better not to, because chita seir. Because chita seir. Now a lot of people are mekel, especially when Chassidim are very mekel. And one of the reasons is because Schita Seir, maybe we'll get into it more, I'm not sure where. It's probably here where it is. But Schita Seir, what's the problem when you squeeze out water from your ear? What is there an issue? Now, some places can hold that if you wipe yourself with a towel,
Just a towel.
there's no issue Schita Seir.
That is?
There's no issue.
I know it's.
Yeah. I'm not saying everybody holds that way. But some places can hold that wiping yourself with a towel is not what schita. Schita means you squeeze it out and you have the water.
By hand.
Like wringing it out.
Wringing it out.
It's also by hand.
By hand, yeah. In those days when they went to the north, the table, so they had to squeeze, they didn't have a towel with them. So they squeeze out the hairs and it would drip down. So there was a real schita. Today, where you have a towel and you wipe it in a towel, some places can hold it's not such a big issue with schita seir. Most places can hold, if you take the towel and just leave it on your head and it absorbs the wetness of the hair, then it's mutter.
Why aren't you worried about schita of the towel?
So usually the towel doesn't get that wet. Usually a person who dries himself with a towel, that's 5 crews in the same towel, which is not very shchiach. Most people are very makpid to have their own such towel.
How can you squeeze
There's no real issue today. If someone takes a towel and puts it on his head, there's no real issue of schita.
You do this every time?
So a lot of people hold today.
Kind of rainstorm, both dry.
Yeah, you put a towel on your head. Come on, most places hold. Take the towel, just put it on your head, and then absorb the water. It's 100% fine. So you're not squeezing. But some places, even if you rub it, even if you rub your hair, some places hold. I'm not saying Yechiel maybe. I'm not saying it's a lot. But some places hold there's no schita. The reason is because you're not coming into anything. It's schita when you squeeze something out, you have the water. Goes into the towel, you don't have the water. So therefore, a lot of places hold today that schita is not such an issue.
Man,
when you take a shower, you have to be very careful with schita, because if you rub your hair, then you're doing schita.
During the shower.
During the shower itself.
Take shampoo out of it.
Yeah. Take shampoo is a big problem with schita. A real issue of schita. But just the toivel and coming out and drying yourself, a lot of places hold today is not such a big issue of schita.
So would that be an issue, soaping yourself up generally? Let's say you put soap on your, let's say liquid soap, let's say.
Yeah, if you want to wash yourself in your face and you have a beard, is there a problem with schita? We'll see soon later on.
Man's hair is very short. How can you?
We'll see soon.
But the soaping specifically, like soaping, like you say, when you have soap.
So there's two of us from Shlomo the whole when you're washing yourself, the beard is not really a problem of schita.
Maybe one drop is called.
Especially while you're washing it, it's coolest of while you're washing it. So also wash his face Shabbos and has a beard, has to wash his face. So that person will make it with that, there's not such a problem with schita. But to put soap in may be a problem. Put soap in, someone has a beard, it could be a problem. We'll see in a second. We'll speak about it soon. Okay, let's move on. So needless
to say, this whole discussion was cold water. The whole rechitza,
cold water. Hot water
with hot water brings up a whole separate issue, which we discussed last week.
Right. Hot water is an issue.
Then you need the carbon asana.
Right. You have the carbon asana. The carbon asana says that on a mikveh there was never issa rechitza.
Rechitza, but all the other problems that were known now.
There's another problem. But there's another problem. May not be an issa rechitza, but if it's a hot mikveh, there's a problem. There's no nira kameka.
Right.
It's another issue. Forget about the issue of rechitza. There's a problem. No nira kameka.
But you don't need it because if there was never exera.
No, it's misaken. You need it for misaken. It's two separate issues here. One is the problem of rechitza, and one is the Nirukim Masakin. Rechitza, okay, it's no issue of rechitza, fine. But if you're going to have mikvah, no one thinks you're going to cool off, so you're Masakin. So you have to come up to the heter that by carry is not really a tikkun. Okay? Have that heter. By noshim, you don't have the heter.
But bismanoi, you would say
no, bismanoi is still a problem.
Bismanoi would be you would say that would be mutter.
Yeah, even hot water. Correct.
Right.
That's the heter they have for noshim bismanoi because the only issue is that's no niruk mekar. That's only a minhag. So therefore they make it by noshim to table and hot mikvahs. That's a portion that meant to table and hot mikvahs on Shabbos. Even though by men it's less of an issue, right? Because the hot mikvah you're relying on the carbon nesano. The carbon nesano says always say rechitza, fine. Takes care of rechitza. What's the problem? Niruk misaken. By men it's less of an issue. Because that's carry. It carries only with the Rabbanon.
Right.
By woman it's more of an issue. The Maisa, the person make it by noshim the men.
Right.
For one simple reason. Because they want ladies to table.
Right.
And men, okay, they don't table. First of all, they don't table anyway, even though it's not hot. That's also for not coming up like ladies. And second of all, the ladies they want to make sure they table on Shabbos when
if a man doesn't have carry, then he has, ironically, less of an issue.
Even if it's carried, even if carried by a man is only a chumrah.
Right. But if it's so then why should it come out for a man?
Right, for a man to table in hot water is more kal than for a lady to table in hot water. Right. Correct. That's 100% true.
But so what happens if the beer halacha comes out yesh limnoya? In other words, by men.
For schita seir, he says.
But for the other reasons.
Yeah, schita seir comes out.
Not al misaken mana.
Not misaken mana.
Not misaken mana. You don't.
No, because it says first by Taitzis kedusha. There's no problem with sakin mana. Taitzis kedusha, it's only a problem with schita seir. Chesif test mutar luches panav yad devragla b'dvarim she'ena mashidim seir. Then wash your hands, your face, and your feet. But something that doesn't pull out to here. Murabim b'dvarim mashidim. Mix together things that do pull out here. U'b'var shelo yehei haroiv m'davar hamashir. The roiv shouldn't be from something that pulls out to here. Why? Because if it pulls out to here, then it's a toilish. You're not allowed to wash yourself with something that's for sure going to take out here. They had certain strong chemicals, I guess, in those. I'm not sure what it was.
In the water?
No, you add stuff.
It's like,
you add stuff to the water.
Any type of soap.
You add stuff to the water.
Yeah.
Cleaning stuff to the water. And that thing you would add to the water would end up pulling out here. Yeah. So if it's for sure pulls out here, it's a vadai, then it's also because the psik ratio, and it's also. And if it doesn't pull out any here, it's a suffix if it's going to pull out here, then it's mutter. A suffix is always mutter. Because there's Eidim Eschavin, and Eschavin is mutter on Shabbos. A psik ratio is also. There's no shadow with a comb. Someone's combing his hair on Shabbos. Or his beard on Shabbos with a comb. Or a brush. If it's a suffix, it's going to pull out here, then it's mutter. If it's a vada that it pulls out here, then it's a psik ratio, it's also. So if you have a brush that it's not a vada, not every time you use it, hair gets pulled out, then it's mutter to use it on Shabbos. If you have a brush that, most brushes, you brush your hair, it's going to pull out at least one hair or something, it pulls out, so it's also. Especially ladies here, which is very long, they use a brush or something, or a comb, then it's vadai mashir, then it's also. If it's a suffix, then it's mutter.
You open up your door on Shabbos, there's a tradition going on. It's secretion.
No, it's not secretion. Don't show enough shows to go on. Sif Yod. Mutter lichas yad of a mursin. You gotta wash your hands. The mursin was what's a brand. And I guess there was some type of they used to use it to clean themselves with. And what was the problem there? The problem is you're going to add water to the mursin. It's an issur of lisha. It's an issur of lisha. So it says the gibel kalach hayad shari. The gibel lisha kalach hayad is mutter. Now, even though most malachas kalach hayad is asma d'Rabbanan, Gibel is lisha, is mixing. So Gibel Kalach Hayad, mixing Kalach Hayad is mutter legamri. It's not called mixing at all. If you look in Magen Avraham Sif Kot and Yud, Kalach Hayad Shari Lashon Amartcha, the Gibel Ayidei Shinui Hu B'Shari. A Gibel with a Shinui is mutter legamri. The meaning Perek Misha Hechshech Adkan. Umashma de La'isiv V'Sim Shid Chav Dalet Tiv Gibel Hachan Am Yasser. The ones that Asad Gibel Kalach Hayad in Sim Shid Chav Dalet will also here also. After the Hachal Kul Amamayda, the Shari Kivich and Nesin Mayim Alayim, El Shalakech Oisav Yadayim or Tuba is a Chemash B'Mordechai. Over there it was only also when you would add water to it, and it's Kalach Hayad, it was mutter. And some Asad. Here you're not adding any water to the Mursin. You have water in your hand and you use it in Mursin. In that case, everyone's masking, it's not called a Gibel, and it's mutter.
So I think what the models. So
then he says, "V'asa lirchatz yada b'melach." You're not allowed to wash your hands with salt. Koshkim b'boyrish occurring zayf b'lashon Ashkenaz. Zayf is soap.
yeah.
Abishar chelev. Why? Shenimach al yada v'havanoila. This is we had already that we take fats and you melt it. It's a problem of noilad.
Yeah.
What about, it's also mamachik, no?
No, we'll get to machik soon. Here's the machik. You're taking chelev and salt and you're making it into water, that's noilad.
Change the shape of the scope, that's not mamachik.
No, that's he's not doing that. He's melting it.
But
Here you're melting, you're making it into water. So
it's a liquid stage already.
Oh, so we'll get to the liquid stage in a second. So here we're talking about that you used to wash salt, or you used chelev. These things, when you use it, you put it into water, it dissolves into the water. So here's the problem of noilad. Shenimur chayodim have a noilad. We'll get to a machak in a second, our soaps today. It says the Magen Avraham, Shenimach al yadoy, V'shultu geborim, kosav desh matirim. The people are makel over here. The dafka borod v'shelek she'oimdim l'mashkin aser. Ayin sham she'erech. Only things that are meant to drink is a problem of noilad. But if you take something to solid and make it into a liquid, and it's not meant to drink, there's no problem of noilad. So if you look in the Mishnah Berurah, he brings this down. Look at Sifcha and Lamed in the Mishnah Berurah. Have a noilad. V'domi l'risuk sheleg geborash and espar le'el b'sim v'shenchof she'osa gamke mitam zeh. V'ayim Magen Avraham shekot m'shem shulta geborim she'esh matirim v'zeh the Spiro lehem the masha osru chazal l'rasek sheleg geborash and m'shum v'zeirit schita speris. What's this in noilad? There we saw there's a machlokes what the reason is. Muktzah is a reason because of schita speris. Oimdim l'mashkin she'afar sheleg geborash v'meim heim oimdim. V'im kein, buris, v'shar chelev, she'einam oimdim l'mashkin, muter l'chatchila, it's muter l'chatchila.
Buris is what?
Buris is so. Then it says, v'ayim b'seifet Tferes Yisrael, very important.
Is not in a liquid stage.
No, yeah, it's a solid stage.
It's nimbus, no?
Yeah, buris is chelev that was in a solid stage, those soaps were solid, then you put it into water, and it would dissolve. And the Ayim said the Tferes Yisrael, because of the Buris Shalom of our soaps, Sheirako, the Kula Al Ma'asa Shalomachei. Our soaps are soft and you smooth them out, and they don't dissolve.
Yeah, but
that's a new problem. That's a machik. Machik is a different issue. Ge'en ma l'isra le'inyan shayvim, m'sim m'shin yadal tzipidalef. Ge'en tzasa v'sefer divim menachem, Hashem, I'm not sure what this is.
Helge Shabbos.
Fine, so here we have another issue. So the Rabbanim have spoken about it. The most spoken about chelev becoming nimuach isim noilad. That's already maybe mutter. There's another problem of machik. If you're smoothing it out, then it's a problem of machik. So our soaps is more of a problem of machik than a problem of noilad. The liquid soaps has no issue.
Right.
The liquid soaps is not noilad, it's already a liquid, and it's not a machik. It's a machik is only take something and you smoothen it out.
The stage remains the same.
Anything that that you pour and it flows, there's no machik in that. Anything that you squeeze out and it comes out in globs, it says it forms out as a glob and you smoothen it out, that can be machik. But anything that's a nozzle that pours, there is no issue of machik.
So that would be the problem with toothpaste.
But toothpaste is a problem machik. You're smoothing it out. Anything that's smoothing out is a problem machik. Anything that smooths out by itself.
So if you pour it and it takes the shape of the cup, basically, then,
right.
Then you're okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be by soaps.
But we still had a problem even with the liquid soap you said before, the Svita, no?
So if you, now over here the person we speak about, I think it's not put down a lot here. But the high thing the person speaks about, how can you wash your face? If someone has a beard, how do you wash his face? There's a problem of schita. So I saw that, I should check that recently, I didn't say recently, but I saw that the Psalm Zama can use a heter that when you wash your face and you're putting water in your beard and you're washing it with water, you're not squeezing out the water, you're putting it in. If you rinse it, then it's a problem, it's pulling it out. But just to wash your face with water without rinsing it, I think it's Michel, because there you're not pulling the water out, you're just putting the water in. Some water may come out. Okay, it's not called schita.
You have to head off a towel, just self-drying.
Afterwards you want to dry it. But the washing the face itself, if I remember correctly, it was a head of some
just with water,
just with water. With soap, because you have to rinse it. The problem with washing something with soap is that once the soap is in, then you have to rinse it to take the soap out. That's schita already, because you're pulling it out. There you want to pull it out. If I'm putting it in, so that's a heter. But anytime you want to get it out, that's schita. You're pulling it out. You're taking the soap out of your beard. You want to pull it out.
So then liquid soap then is only good washing your hands, let's say. I mean,
or if you shave. Liquid soap in a beard is a problem. Yes. Liquid soap, if you have a beard, is a problem. You can wash the other parts of the face. Also, it's cut down, very short, but there's no schita on it. But anybody has a beard, is a problem with liquid soap.
Eyebrows and eyelashes.
The eyelashes, it could be, it doesn't really hold water. Like they say that the hair on the hand is not called schita. Because there's not enough hair in one place to be called schita.
This is mashia.
It's mashia. If you wash it, it pulls it out. But the hair on the hand, they say, is no problem with schita. It has to be kinu sar. It has to be a place where there's a lot of hair together. So the eyelashes, I think, is a problem. The eyebrows, I'm not sure if it's called a problem with schita or not. Okay. Right to see Yud Aleph. Merchatz shesasmu lekov me'ev Shabbos namot Shabbos brechetz b'miyad avam lo shesasmu lekovov af b'shem e'el fucham b'Shabbos av lahamtum erbech teshiyah. So they used to have, the olden times when they used to warm up things, was the bottom, they had like a fire and there was holes above it, heat would rise, it would boil up the water. If you close it, cover it, so the water on top wasn't getting cooked on Shabbos. So if you close it Erev Shabbos, the Mata Shabbos can use it right away. If it's still hot, it's hot from before Shabbos. But if it was open on Shabbos, what's basically happening is the water is being cooked on Shabbos, and it's not covered, it's not gar for kotum. It's a regular issue of anything, a pot, water on a fire, that's not gar for kotum. It's not gar for kotum, you're over this on Shabbos, and now they use it. So Merchatz shesasmu lekov, if you close the holes, Me'erev Shabbos, then the Mata Shabbos, brechetz b'miyad. Avam lo shesasmu lekov, if we didn't close the holes, af b'shem e'el fucham b'Shabbos. No one touched it the whole Shabbos. It was warming up itself the whole Shabbos. Tzarech lahamtim le'erev teshiyah. Why? It's a regular Isser Shem Yechata B'Gecholim, and you over that Isser over Shabbos, therefore you cannot use that water on Shabbos. Says the Magen Avraham, Shesasmu Lekova Pirish Rashi Shlo Yatza Chamimus the heat didn't come out. Lashon achar, Oisim HaNekamas HaMerchas Neschamim Al Yideihem She'or Nesekes Mivachutz B'Tachtov. It means that there's a hole in the bottom. If you get to it, now you can't get to it. The main thing is there a Chasham Yechata or not? You can't say in Al Botech Choyref, the houses that in the winter Shemachamim Oisam B'Tachteihem V'la Mekorim Yesh Kairos Barzel Stimus Even. On top of the hole there's like a metal thing. In Mutter Lepoiskon, if you allow to open it or not. So here is the whole shiloh. What he's talking about here is not water. To make the air in the house hot. So they have ovens, and it was possible to close off the oven on Shabbos and the heat shouldn't rise into the house. But if they uncovered it, so the heat rises into the house, so now it's a Semicha with the Cholim. So why is the mutter? Till now, the Mechaber spoke about a case where there's water on top, and it would cook the water, so it's regular pasha to Semicha with the Cholim. His case was there's no water here. It's an oven, cold oven, a coal oven. I mean, they would put coals inside, and they would. That's what would heat up the house. Yeah. So his kasha is, how can you do that on Shabbos? How can you leave it on Shabbos that the heat rises into the house? There's always an issa shemichata b'gecholim. But then he says, "Achin reisi noyagin boyhetin." I see people that are noyag hetin that let you do it on Shabbos. And the reason for that,
in Europe, in the old days, they used to come the shiksar, who used to. There was a hat on that.
To put them in our Shabbos even.
Yeah, that was prepared, but you didn't do anything. They came in and they.
Our Shabbos. Our Shabbos.
Because it's cooler, you know.
It was cold.
Yeah. I know this. We have gone through, and then in Poland, in all the Eastern Europe, it was all the same. They used to have the guy come in and...
yeah, so the head that I say here is, if you look at the Sharitzin, Sifkon Yotes, Sharitzin Sifkon Yotes, Shesh Nechadoran, Ze al Ze, Yesh Nechaven B'Tikrat Achtoina, there's holes in the roof of the bottom one, Kadesh Yesiku Atana Lamata, and the cheder becomes hot. Hatachtoi, Yikones Achoim Derech and Akovim L'Cheder Elyon, V'Nihagim Boy Heter. The meaning was Yematovich. Eine Doim L'Merchas, Shasham Huchem Hamayim. A Merchas, the water would become hot, and then it would give off steam. Merchas Mele Eish Anisik Mutachtov. Right, everything in the Merchas would become hot from the fire under it. Masha'ekin Hacha, only some heat. There's no water being boiled up. All you have is some hot air coming in. It's like the opening of a hot room to a cold room. Therefore it's mutter. So they gave a heter. They gave a heter that if it's not warming up water, maybe it's mutter. If it's warming up water, it stays asur. That's how they had in Europe. That they were saying that they would put it in. The guy would put it in on Shabbos. Fine. So that's the head for that. See a few days. Also, the konis the merchants are filled azia. Yeshayim that fill the alva b'merchats mokim shiyochal azia. So now they're going to merchats in order to sweat, a sauna. Yeshayim that fill the alva b'merchats, even if they go through it.
Go through.
Not to be mazia. The mokim shiyochal azia also. That's why it's a problem in places where they're very, very hot mikvahs. And hazia is an issue. You go in, you go out, and you have to leave right away. Because if you mazia, to sweat from the heat of the water is a problem.
What's the problem with that?
They made a gzeira on mazia also. The same gzeira they made on washing, they made a gzeira on zeir to sweat on Shabbos because people would do it on Shabbos.
Yeah.
To be mazia.
Just clean themselves.
No.
No?
To
enjoy it.
enjoy themselves, yeah.
Oh, the Xer was that they would shower, and then if people asked them, they would say, we went to the Mircha.
They went to the museum, yeah, that's what it started from.
Mein Shofmo, it's part of the
Yeah, it's part of the Mein Shofmo, yeah. There's also a Zeh, now going to a very hot place.
Can't live in Florida.
In Israel.
Sometimes the shul is hot.
But not from water. That's from body heat. Okay, Sifid Gimel. Isha Yisrael v'Akam Daramba. It's a very negated halacha. Isha Yisrael v'Akam Daramba. Yesh ba merchatz v'chetzes v'Shabbos. There's a merchatz that's used on Shabbos. The Goyim use it on Shabbos. In Reiv Akum, what the Luchetz called, what the Shabbos. If it's Reiv Akum, the halacha is, if the Goyim are warming it up on Shabbos, it's Reiv Akum, it's considered they're doing it for the Goyim. If it's Reiv Yisrael, it's considered they're doing it for Yisrael. So if it's Reiv Akum, what the Luchetz by Matzah Shabbos Miyad. In Reiv Yisrael, I fill a mechza on mechza, even though it's half and half. Also, the Matzah Shabbos ad Kadesh Yucham. Why? Because they're doing it for the Yisrael. So if we look in the Mishnah here. Kadesh Yasa, yeah. If you look in the Mishnah Lamed Ches, it's a very important halacha here. Im Reiv Ein Yehudi, ain't totally be Reiv the Yurei ears. It's not dependent in most of the people who live in the city. Ela ba'anoshim haragilim luchetz merchat zeh. Only people who are going to use that water. Be'ez hazush on Matzah Shabbos. The Mistama adaitam v'chamimam v'esamechatz. The Mistama are doing it for them. So if you have a place where Goyim use the whole Shabbos, and Matzah Shabbos they already finished with it, and Matzah Shabbos all the Yidden come and use the merchat, even though it's Roiv Akum, it doesn't make a difference. Everyone knows Matzah Shabbos is the Jews' time. They can't wash on Shabbos, they come on Matzah Shabbos. So the guy who's heating up the water on Shabbos is doing it for Yisrael. It's awesome. So this is the big shaila with the apartment buildings. The guy heats up water on Shabbos. Who's he doing it for? He's doing it for himself. It's fine. He's doing it for Rabbi Yisrael. It's a problem. Some people want to say that if the water that guy warms up on Shabbos in the apartment building, right, the water in the tank, it gets filled up. Someone uses water. So am I allowed to use hot water on Shabbos? Some people want to say, there's no complicated Shabbos. Some people want to say the hot water from, and if you're in an apartment building, you turn on your sink, and you use some hot water, it's not going to affect the boiler that's meant for 100 apartments. So I said that may not be an issue. Usually using hot water on Shabbos is a problem because you're putting more water into the tank and you're boiling up water. You're goyim to boil up water.
Wouldn't it depend on how many Jews are in the apartment building?
Yeah. So I'm saying if someone's in the apartment building and you turn it on a little bit, take some hot water, some person want to say that doesn't affect the whole boiler. You're not bringing any more water into, but then it's a problem that the water that's being boiled on Shabbos is Huchamu b'Shabbos for Yisrael. Suchamu for a goy, it's not a problem. Command Chuchmu for Yisrael on Shabbos is a problem.
Yeah.
So it depends. It's Mechza. Mechza, it's going to go into the whole issues of Mechza.
So I see that's what I understand. The Shaila of after Shabbos, the Shaila is on Shabbos. Because if you're in a hotel or you're in an apartment building where they're not Rav Goyim, the question there is, can you use the water on Shabbos? Is it called done for Yisrael, or is it called done for a Goy?
The boiler heating the water, right?
So food is a different issue. Food you already saw is a problem of so there's all other issues. But hot water is not really a problem of it's hot water you could use. So if you're in a hotel and they warm up hot water on Shabbos, the guy warms up hot water on Shabbos.
It's no problem.
So, and it's Rav Akum in the hotel, you could probably use that water on Shabbos. If he's doing it for Rav Akum. Coffee was a problem.
So to use the hot water out of the tap is what you're saying?
Right.
On Shabbos.
Right. So use that water out of the tap. That was the issue if it's called bringing in more water on Shabbos.
Right.
Let's say you don't have that issue and it's Rav Akum, so that water is being made for the Rav Akum, so it's not Ma'ash Shochamu B'Shchol Yisrael on Shabbos. So it could be allowed to use it.
Rabbi, don't you have this problem? If you imagine a big tank of hot water that's ready to be used, when you turn on the cold water or the hot water, new cold water comes in, and
right.
what about being mavashal that water?
Cold water, right. It's a problem.
That's a different problem.
That's a problem.
Said that, right?
No, that's a problem. That's why your house,
right.
you can never use the hot water, because forget about any other issues. You're causing. If you shut off your boiler, then you can use the hot water. To wash dishes maybe,
but if
you don't.
hot.
But the water that's coming in, if the fire stays off the whole Shabbos, the water that comes in is never come with the Michel.
It's not being mavashal right at that moment either, because it's not. The water would have to be a real full boil for that to happen.
In order for it to become a bushel. So it's not going to happen. It's never going to come as letters by the water that comes in.
Yeah.
But in the big apartment building, some people want to say that you're not pulling any more, and the little water you take out, you're not pulling any more water in. It's a hard heter. But in a place where in a place where it's grain and yidin, the grain heating up water in a hotel, let's say, there if it's roiv akum, then it could be a smutter.